The windshield of the plane I was piloting suddenly shattered, and fragments were sucked into the aircraft's engine. I intended to make an emergency landing at the nearest airport, but the fuel load was too heavy. Yet when I turned the plane around, I unexpectedly found myself above the Qinghai Tibet Mountains. Here, the average altitude is 4,500 meters, but now the greatest challenge is the cloud blocking my path ahead. To descend toward the airport, I must pass through this cloud. I'm waiting for a gap to open in the cloud layer, but this decision has sparked discontent among the passengers. The flight attendants are encouraging everyone to stay calm. My gaze is unusually resolute. At this moment, I think of my family and the conviction in my heart to protect these passengers. I must push through. This is our only chance. Then I steered the aircraft toward the cloud layer. The dark, oppressive clouds enveloped the fuselage. Lightning lashed like whips, seeming poised to strike the plane at any moment. Violent turbulence shook the aircraft violently. Luggage flew out of the overhead bins. Moreover, the extreme cold had turned rain within the clouds into hailstones, pounding the fuselage. I struggled to maintain control, but the clouds felt like invisible giant hands, dragging the plane backward. My signal vanished from the radar. Air traffic controllers called me incessantly. Finally, the radar signal reappeared. I had done it. I adjusted the aircraft once more and charged toward the highest peak. I would bring all 119 passengers safely back to the ground. Only after successfully crossing the Qinghai Tibet Plateau did everyone breathe a sigh of relief. I descended to 3,000 meters altitude. Everyone could finally breathe fresh air, but now faced the final challenge: excess fuel weight. Even if we landed safely, the runway might be too short. We could overshoot the airport. After selecting the runway and notifying the tower, firefighters and medical personnel rushed to stand by alongside the runway. I lowered the landing gear, and the flight attendant announced over the PA system for passengers to brace for impact. Outside the airport, the hillsides were packed with aviation enthusiasts, everyone praying for my success. I fought to land the aircraft safely, but the descent speed was too high. Compounded by fragments from the shattered windshield caused the thrust reversers to fail. With the thrust reversers inoperative, stopping a fully loaded aircraft traveling at 280 kilometers per hour was virtually impossible. My co-pilot slammed the brakes to the floor, but the tires couldn't withstand the immense friction. As the runway's end rapidly approached, the three of us in the cockpit worked together, attempting to restart the thrust reversers once more. This time, they fired up successfully. The aircraft ultimately made a safe emergency landing at Chengdu Airport.